Well, yesterday and today is the first day we had Malik back. You know, he was out a week with a little toe injury, and Jaden is making progress, but it's not the same team when you have two starters out. But at the same time, I'm really impressed with Marty. Joey Hauser has been unbelievable, and Tyson Walker and AJ have all played very, very well. Pierre has shot the ball really well. Those are the good things. The concerns are trying to work on Marty not fouling. We're trying to get those two freshman bigs more ready. Trying to get Pierre in the best shape of his life. AJ's down under weight that he was supposed to be at, so he's really making some progress in that, and I've seen a big difference in his play.
Having Tyson play off the ball like he is now somewhat, are you comfortable with him whenever Jaden comes back that he'll just be able to, because of his experience doing both?
Yeah, I think that's going to be, and we've been very pleased with Trey, but Tyson's going to be on the floor. You know, he's going to be on the floor as a two, as a one, and we'll be moving those guys around. He's very comfortable with that. You know, we can go, as I said, big and small. You know, we go with Joey at the 5 and Malik at the 4. We get Jaden back, we'll be able to go with some speed on the perimeter and maybe get after it a little bit more with smaller 1, 2, and 3. So I think we have some options. We don't have a lot of depth, but we have some options.
How many guys do you feel comfortable handling the ball, like whether it be like on the break or even before?
Well, if you watch the end today, I'd say none, 0. But the way it's gone, the turnovers have been better. I say, you know, the freshmen post guys, you know, struggle a little bit with that right now. But Tyson, AJ, Pierre's got, that's one thing he's got to do is improve. I was very comfortable with Jaden. And both Joey and Malik have handled the ball well. We're going to let more of those guys do a little bit more with the ball.
How's Malik's transition to the 3 bend? What have you kind of seen from him on the perimeter?
Well, he was out for almost a week, but shooting the ball really well. He's passing it really well. It's whether, and I know he can guard, but I go back to the Draymond Greens of the world. You know, you want to play the 3 until you have to guard somebody that's running around all those screens. But Malik is in the best shape, or at least he was before he got hurt. Body fat and everything, he's in about as good a shape as I've seen him since he's been here. So I see him defensively being able to handle it. Offensively, I think he will, no problem.
What is impressive with Trey, obviously having to step up a little bit with Jaden?
Well, he's really athletic, you know, and he's one of my favorite guys because he played 4 years of football. So he is like a D-back back there. He played a little quarterback, a little defensive back, and he's got to go at AJ every day. And even though AJ's got him like 30 pounds, Trey is as athletic as anybody we got. He's got quickness. Him and Tyson have incredible quickness and speed, jumping ability. So shooting a little better than I thought he would, turning over a little more than I thought he would. So we got to get those things back on track. And then, but he's been running our team. Today he had a great practice, 90% of practice.
Having the forwards, allowing them to bring it up a little bit, how does that potentially change the break if that works?
Well, it's not going to change it on the blitz. It could change it a little bit on the break. If one of those guys get the ball, and we're trying to get AJ to rebound a little more because we're not as big, we're going to just go with it. And if Marty gets it, we're going to still run our traditional, you know. So, and on makes, we'll still go traditional. But, you know, it's been a little bit of an adjustment. And but both, the one thing I got going with both AJ or Joey and Malik is very smart basketball players. You know, they have a high basketball IQ. So I think they picked it up pretty good. You know, it's just a matter of, you know, we've only got like 7 practices in. So in a couple of weeks we'll know a little bit more about it. But the biggest thing too is getting Malik back. We're off tomorrow by Thursday. I think he'll be 95%.
When you look at your second team, kind of, in a way, how are the looks that you guys are getting? You know, that's obviously with depth, that's one of the things.
You know, I mean, right now when we got Jaden and Malik out, it looks like a little bit more northern Michigan-ish, you know. But, you know, semi-blessed here because we've always had a lot of depth. That's been something people complain about too. You know, we play too. I mean, you guys probably wrote it. We play too many people, so we're going to be a little more Villanova-ish. Like, you know, we're not going to play as many people, but it does create a little bit of a problem for practice. And so the other side of it will be 1 against 2 a little bit more. And when we get Jaden back, you know, we'll be pretty deep everywhere. And those 2 bigs that aren't experienced are going to have to play. So, I mean, we'll have 10 guys, 11 guys that I think it'll give us a good look. We just got to get Jaden Murray back.
Are you going to propel from the ceiling or anything?
You know, I don't know, but I got to admit, I am looking forward to Midnight Madness. Had the camp out last week, and you know, again, we had huge numbers that turned out, and I think with the Midnight Madness, you know, it's kind of funny. I think maybe Steven and Joey and Malik are the only ones that participated in it, and I think our fans and our community. I mean, I really hope everybody gets out, because I think that's one of the things you got to do. I think football has done a good job getting students back in the stands and our fans back in the stands. We got to do the same thing. In this day and age, when it's harder to get a ticket to games, this is also the time that other students, our community, the kids around the community, that maybe don't get to see us as much, get to spend a little time with us. So I'm really looking forward to it, because we haven't done it for like 3 years. And, you know, ride an elephant in, jump out of a building, whatever they want me to do, I'll do. But hopefully it'll be a little more about the guys and what they do. I'm getting a little older now, they're long in the tooth.
How much more normal does everything feel?
Well, it is, you know, like, I mean, it is more normal. I gotta admit, you know, when I see the student section in a football game, it makes me feel great, you know. I think we're back. When you walk to the game, you know, you can see the people, and very few have masks on anymore. I mean, it sounds crazy, but it was a rough couple of years for everybody. But as a coach and as a guy who relies on our fans, it's nice to have people, everybody back, and like I said, the student body has done an incredible job in football. I think they've been there early to stay, and we're going to need them this weekend, that's for sure. I think hopefully that trickles over to us.
That was
Wow.
Thanks.
Jeez.
TV folks.
No quarterback controversies.
that was a zone offense you were working on earlier, Tom,
Yeah,
right? Not zone
yeah.
defense.
No, but we are going to play a little zone.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think we are. We've worked on it a little bit in the summer. I think we'll spend a little time, just because of numbers and because of different things we might have to do with certain post players. We'll spend a little more time on
Nobody
it.
believes you.
I know. And you know what?
gonna look at my
I
clock.
don't
It's
blame
October.
them. The good thing is, just think what a surprise it'll be. Not to the fans, to the other teams. Yeah, nobody's going to prepare. So even though I'm announcing it, it doesn't matter. I've announced it before and haven't done it, so it really doesn't matter. But I think you'll see some zone, and it'll be interesting. You know, it's really going to be good for us too. Besides the brutality of the schedule, but being able to go down and play to Tennessee early, who's a very veteran team and a top 10 team, top 8 team, and tough and physical. We go down there, I think, 2 weeks from, is it 2 weeks from Saturday. So that'll be good too. Maybe it's 3 weeks. But you know, that's going to help us too. The schedule is enormous, and it'll just be fun to see where we are.
You like the controlled scrimmage, one exhibition, one controlled scrimmage?
I do. I mean, I like. To be honest with you, I like the Division II teams coming in here because I'm a Division II guy. I keep threatening that maybe one of these days I'll go to Northern Michigan and play up there in the dome and exhibition them. But I do like that. But the value, it's still valuable to play in front of people. You know, these freshmen, they don't know what it's like to play in front of large numbers. But the closed one, is good because you can play a top-notch team, especially when you got an early schedule like you got.
And that'll be what date is that?
It's on a Sunday. Let's see. When is it?
What's that?
The Tennessee.
The 23rd.
Yeah, that's it. So is that 2 weeks?
Yeah.
2 weeks from Sunday.
Yeah.
And that's Barnes.
We're going down there. First year they were coming up here second. Yeah, that's Rick, and he called me. I said, we played Gonzaga a few times. That was good. We're playing them in the regular season, so this will be really good for us, one way or another. Jaden probably won't be back. We probably won't be able to play him in that game. I mean, he'll be back, I think, starting to work out, but he won't. We wouldn't play him in that game.
I think you mentioned Malik out of the outset, but I couldn't really hear.
I'm sorry?
Malik, where he's at, kind of physically right now. And
Yeah, he kind of didn't break his toe, but one of those bad. But it wasn't a turf toe either, which they say is worse than a break. But he was out for 9 days. Now he's been back a couple days. Today he took a little more time off because tomorrow we're off, and then Thursday we're hoping he's back 100%.
just kind of managing him right now.
Yeah. Nothing that we're worried about long. And in all honesty, Jaden's coming along good. It's a shame. He had such a good summer, but he worked so hard. Maybe it'll work out for us too.
It's only been a couple months, Tom, but John Borovich in his role, what is he giving you guys, you think?
Yeah, I like my staff. I mean, I liked my staff before, but change is always, suspect when you make change. And yet, in this case, I think it's been good because just a little new life, a little younger in some ways. And John's been good, especially in that position, because he's had to recruit a ton of people at Northwestern, so he has contacts a lot of places, and sometimes there's not as many players in a state, and that could be the case a year from now in our state. So we're going to have to branch out a little bit more, and we have a little bit. But he's very organized, very on top of it, kind of understands, and he's been here before, so he understands a little bit about our culture.
I'm wondering from a philosophical standpoint, because social media, we kind of see a lot more things. Do you feel like have you been offering a lot more guys and farther
That's
out?
That's a really, really good question. What I don't like is I don't feel like tomorrow's an off day, and every off day I'm on the road. I mean, I've never been on the road this much in my life. A couple things have happened the last couple of years. The new rule where juniors can visit officially. So now you got to recruit them earlier. They have them come here, otherwise they think you're not interested. So you got to get out a little bit more. And this year, since we got 4 commitments real early, we're trying to get a leg up a little bit until it starts. But this is the problem, because what are you getting a leg up on? You don't have any idea who you're going to have 2 years from now. So it's everything I thought about the social media is true. Everything I thought about the transfer rule is true. My commercials are going to get longer if I keep staying there, The NOI, we'll see. Probably going to be a lot of truth. It's going to be interesting to see how these kids get treated now that they're sort of not collegiate anymore, So that's still in the works, but the transfer rule and all these new rules have created, I went and saw 4 different people all over the country in one day the other day. Left at 5 in the morning, got home at 10 at night. That part is getting harder because
It's a lot different than a red eye from Vegas.
yeah, it's a lot different, and the other thing is, to stick with the theme is these guys, if you don't have them visit early, then they don't feel you're interested. So it's just different, and I'm a little concerned about it, but I am glad I'm getting this all done now, because once next week starts, we get into a scrimmage week. We got to home in on here. There's so many things to home in on right now. There's so many issues out there that I just want to home back in with my team.